I have to apologize for the dustiness of this camera, but I didn't want to flip it over because I do want to be interactive for this conversation. Doesn't really give me the best lighting. It's an Android, and the this little light thing broke back here, and I don't have my other lighting that I have when I'm in New York. So just bear with me. I don't want this live to be long. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all capitalism holiday. But I just want to vent a little bit. Yeah, hold on. So this absolutely is a rant. This is absolutely a rant. So before I start, I just want to let you know this is gonna be a rant. Hold on. Share. Copy link. See if I get my cousin to come on here. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. So get back to my venting. So y'all know that I'm still in the process of grieving the loss of my hubby, but I have started dating. I have started to talk to people. Because I like relationships. I like feeling connected. I'm not rushing it. We have not been intimate. We have started talking and then we have stopped talking. And right now, I'm just at this point in my life to where is, you know, I'm like Celia. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see what the wild gonna look like. Now, I told y'all my adventures since I've been here. I had a dude who pulled over on the side of the road and literally was jacking his piece, on me. And I haven't had that stuff to happen to me in so long. I'm like shocked that being in Georgia was the place that it would happen. But then again, I'm not shocked. When I moved to Atlanta the first time I stayed here, it was after Katrina, and I was in a very different space in my life. Um, I think when I was in New Orleans, I was always kind of like tapped into my wholeness. I think, it's just a different breed in New Orleans. Nicknaming ourselves punks and sissies was just another declaration of our wholeness. We wasn't trying to be biologically female, nor were we trying to be men or seen as men. Now looking back on the word punk and sissy, I realized that those words were our androgynous words. Those words were the words, and because punks and sissies had taken on these stereotypical archetypes where they was always talking about, sucking dick and having a boys, you know, and they just it just had became a stereotypical trope. And so I was struggling with carving my own narrative as a sissy. I was struggling with carving my own narrative as a punk. So I wanted to, of course, assimilate into the matriarch and, become a part of womanhood because I felt like being seen as a woman had more integrity, it had more substance. So, I have to hold myself accountable rather than trying to make being a sissy something more celebrated, trying to make being a sissy something that could be respectable and commendable, rather than changing the narrative of what it looked like to be a punk and a sissy. I said, you know what, I want to be a woman. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a moment of accountability for that. I remember one time, we was at this event in the projects, And I got on the mic and I was rapping, and after it was over with, some of the popular DJs in New Orleans was like, "You should come to Detour tonight." Because they really saw it for me. Like, we could really get you out there. And it was like, we'll call you Sissy Brown. And I was like, I did not want to be called a sissy because there was stereotypes associated with being called a sissy. But now looking back on it, that could have been an opportunity for me to, model an example of that to community that wasn't, like what we see or think of sissies as today or punks today, a man and woman. But I digress. Back to dating in Georgia. This coffee is good. But so since I've been here, the last time I came here after Katrina, I was trying to blend in. I was trying to become this idea of what I thought a woman was supposed to be based on what mainstream was saying. Not based on how my mothers and my sisters and my aunties and the women in my family were maneuvering around me, because the machine was not, giving them glory, was not giving them life. If you weren't giving off white woman aesthetics, then you weren't really being celebrated. So, the beings who were born with vaginas, they had their own battle. They had their own struggle. They were being pressured and oppressed to conform and assimilate into American culture and American society themselves. So, I'm looking at, white women and drag queens and overdone transsexuals, to try to glean what womanhood is going to look like for me, because the machine is pressuring, trans women and our sisters who was born with wombs to conform and change. So when I got to Atlanta, Atlanta is heavily influenced by the gay community. Atlanta is heavily influenced by the LGBT community. So when I got here, the titties was bigger, the hips was bigger, the wigs, it was lace fronts, it was more makeup, this was back in 2006. So when I came here, I thought my little hormone titties was enough. I thought I was a girl. I thought I was a girl's girl compared to the girls back home, where, like I said, we were still pretty much walking in our wholeness. But when I got to Atlanta, I felt the pressure to conform for the first time. So that's when I started getting the lace fronts. That's when I started getting well, not the lace fronts, because back then it was really sew-ins, and I still like sew-ins. I think I'm gonna get one now. But that's when it was the sew-ins. That was when I got laser done for the first time. That was when I got my titties hit again. That was when I got my orchiectomy. That was when I got all of these things done to to um to blend in more in society. So so basically, that's what was going on. Now, the first time I came to Atlanta, I actually lived for it because I looked up to, the Jasmine Bonets, the Rock Hill Lores, the Stasha Sanchez's, and these was all extremely body girls, and they were smooth as silk, and they really just gave you this aesthetic that you thought was the woman amongst women. Like, they stood out, as far as what we think of when we think of the ideal woman. So I felt the pressure of trying to assimilate into that culture, and and at first time, when I first came here, I was in a very impressionable stage. I was ashamed of not being born with a vagina. I was ashamed of how I was born. I felt the pressure to try to blend in. I felt the pressure to try to conform. I was in a very different space in consciousness. So, I felt intimidated. I'll never forget, we was doing a fashion show, and Jasmine was the one that was over the fashion show. So I thought my titties looked cute. I had like these little B cup titties, and I thought I was giving you titty. And Jasmine looked at me. Now, don't get me wrong, she's complimented me before too. She was the one who told me that my skin was sun kissed and to always tilt my head up when I walk. But she read me without trying to read me. I had on a dress. She wanted me to try. She wanted me to model this dress for her in the fashion show, and she looked at me, and I'm like, she said, "Do you have breasts?" And I'm like, I'm saying to myself, girl, you don't see these titties? Like, girl, do you not see these titties? And I'll never forget that. It stuck with me. And I went and got pumped again. And when I went and got pumped after she read me, that's when I got the malformity that I have in between my titties. I almost had a unititty trying to motherfucking live up to the standard. I told y'all this was a rant. Trying to live up to the standard of what Jasmine said. I almost fucked my chest up trying trying to have more titties so that the next time I saw her, I could be like, girl, what's up, girl? I know you see them, girl, what's up? Like trying to impress. I almost fucked my chest up. You know what I'm saying? So there's that pressure in Atlanta to be that girl physically, not necessarily really that girl mentally. Let's talk about it. Because there's a lot of girls out here who pussy out the box. Titties, ass, skin, hair, clothes, everything look like a Barbie. But think like Ken. Look like a Barbie and a straight up Ken with a wig on. A straight up Ken. Straight up Ken. And don't get me wrong, I'm here for wholeness. I'm here for lay lim lay lur. I'm here for balance. But sweetheart, some of these girls out here are pussy out the back door and think like straight up niggas. So, and that lies the problem because Atlanta is very visual. It's a very visual place. As long as you look like a woman, as long as you look like a female, you ain't really have had to do any internal work. You ain't really have had to do any spiritual work. You could think like a brick and act like a nigga straight up in your head and you will get through because you're so cunty to look at. Because you're so pussy for viewing purposes only. So, and that's what I had to learn about Georgia. Georgia is heavily influenced by homosexuals. And just because you're a gay man, just because you're a trans woman, it does not necessarily mean that you're in touch with your feminine side. It does not necessarily mean that you're in touch with your woman side. It does not necessarily mean that you are guided by your womanhood. It means that you have excellent taste in fashion. It means that you know how to visually bring things together. All of these things. It definitely we ain't gonna take nothing from you. You know how to bring a look together. You know how to come through. Visually, it's impeccable. I can't nobody come for you. You got that, mama. But when you get past surface, when you get past that, when you get past the physical, what is there then? And so now I'm like in a different space. I'm in a different phase in consciousness where a lot of the things that I valued when I was here the last time. I see your comments, baby. Thank you for what you said, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. But a lot of the things that I physically value and a lot of things that I prided and a lot of things that I put on a pedestal, um, I'm not there anymore. I don't think like that anymore. And I clash with the men that I talk to because of that. Because Georgia is one of those places where if you are too confident and you speak too aggressively, but you showing up as a woman, it's very much a woman needs to know her place. Women need to know their place. You know what I'm saying? if you talk out the side of your neck, or you getting aggressive or some stuff like that, dudes here have that logic where they don't feel like they have to protect you or they have to defend you because you should have known your place. You're a woman, you should have known your place. You should have kept your mouth shut. That's why you got bashed in your mouth. Now, in New York, we already know they don't think like that because that's where your Remy Ma's come from. That's where your Cardi B's come from. That's where your Nicki Minaj's come from. That's where your Queen Latifah's come from. That's where your MC Lights come from. So you know you got people there that's gonna say what's on their mind. They're gonna say what need to be said how it need to be said, and niggas gonna stand 10 toes down for them because they used to aggressive women. The culture calls for you to be aggressive, so they gonna defend you just like they would defend their homeboys. It's not no bros before hoes. It's not a homosexual culture. That's the one thing I gotta give New York. It's not a dominant homosexual culture. Homosexual culture teaches you bros before hoes. So you not gonna defend a woman for speaking her piece and saying what's on her mind, but you'll defend that nigga. But you'll stand 10 toes down for that nigga. That's that homo culture. Know your place. Speak when you're spoken to. You shouldn't have been talking to no man like that. You're a woman. Stay in a woman's place. You shouldn't be talking to no man like that. You talk to a man like that, you're gonna get dealt with. That is homosexual culture. That's homosexual. Bros before hoes. That's homosexual culture. When niggas talk like that, that's some homosexual shit. But y'all be quick to say I'm an agent. Y'all be quick to say that I'm leading the people wrong. I'm leading the people astray. And y'all hiding in plain sight. Just because you ain't putting on no dress, just because you ain't putting on no wig, just because you ain't wearing no makeup, you hiding behind your wife's skirt. You hiding behind your girlfriend's skirt. I chose to put my skirt on rather than hide behind a female skirt. That's the difference, boo. I wear my skirt. You hide behind females. You hide behind your wife. You hide behind your girlfriend. You hide behind all these women that you sleep with that you really don't want to be with, but you'll stand 10 toes down for that nigga. That's homosexual culture. And this is why I can't see myself being in a serious relationship with somebody here. I think that Atlanta is a good place to live for exposure because it's a great artist community here. Black people are doing great things. Black indigenous people are coming through. You know, if you want to learn how to eat healthy, if you want to learn about herbs, if you want to learn about, how to naturally heal your body, if you want to, you want to be a part of a community that has some strong influence, like, because the LGBT community, for all of its flaws, does come through here, does make shit shake, does make stuff happen. So this is a good place to build your brand. This is a good place to come and be challenged and to step into who you are. Like, it's good for that. But relationship wise, if you hold in your mind, if you not finna perform, cause see, if you playing your role in public, a lot of these dudes, they used to messing with people who they used to dealing with a girl who secretly see herself as a man, but she just passed for fish in public. A lot of these dudes are used to that. They used to dealing with girls who see themselves as a nigga, but pass for a woman in public. So it's like he in a homosexual relationship. Not no trans attracted, not no heterosexual queer heterosexual. It's a whole homosexual relationship. And so for me, that's why I don't talk to none of them. I deleted all of my dating apps. It's only one dude I'm talking to, and they don't know. Some days we be good, and other days we don't be good because it's just certain things I'm not gonna accept. I'm not gonna let you reduce me. I'm not gonna let you when you get mad at me. You not finna be. Oh, you was born a man. Don't forget what you was born like, nigga. You're not about to run this hustle on me. You're not finna run this scam on me. You're not finna try to reduce me to validate your insecurities. You're not about to do that, bruh. No. Because, nigga, I'm going to remind you, you the halfling. Gone are the days where I allow you to make me feel less than. You the fucking halfling. I'm my mother and my father, my grandmother and my grandfather, my great grandmother and my great grandfather, and everything in between. I'm up and down and left and right. I'm dark and I'm day and night. Chaos and order. The beginning and the end. The head and the tail. You struggling, not me. You struggling. And if my power makes you insecure or makes you feel uncomfortable, if my knowingness and my truth makes you feel uncomfortable and makes you feel insecure, that's some shit you need to work on over there. Because I let y'all do that shit to me all through my 20s and the first part of my 30s. Bitch, no, not today. Get thee behind me. Get in back of me. Move to the back of the line. But if you want love and empowerment and truth and balance, baby, my heart is open. I can love you, but I'm not going to love you and allow you to reduce me. I'm not going to allow you to diminish me because you're afraid to face your truth, because you're afraid to walk in your wholeness. Either I could be a sweet dream or a beautiful motherfucking nightmare. It's your choice. Period. And that's all I really wanted to say in this video. Like, and it's the sad part is that when you have the confidence and when you have the and when you have the when you know who you are and you set in that and you walk in that, it makes them uncomfortable and they try to tear you down in order they try to oh, you was born a man. Oh, you know you still a man. No, nigga, I'm a manifestation. You're the abbreviation. I'm the whole manifestation, boo. You're the abbreviation. And you're threatened. And you're trying to reduce me because I don't see the patriarch or masculinity as the height. I don't see you as being up there. I see you for what you really are. A halfling. But I can love you to wholeness. I can love you to wholeness. And it doesn't have to look the same way. You don't have to grow titties. You don't have to wear dresses. You don't have to wear wigs. You don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to do all that to be whole. But you need to be able to respect who I am. You need to be able to love me for who I am. Because regardless as to how I show up, I'm still a mirror to you. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been drawn in each other's life. We would have never came in contact. Bitch, I'm the woman that you never could be. I'm the woman that you didn't have to be because I did it for you, boo. You get to live through me. I took the reeds. I took the bricks being hurled at me. I took the abuse and the misuse so you didn't have to. You need to celebrate me and you need to honor me. And if that's not what you got for me, then get the fuck out my face. Give a fuck if I did pay for this pussy. I laid on that table and took a nap and took a chance on not waking up, so you didn't have to, nigga. You better eat this pussy like I was born with it. Period. The pussy didn't fall in my lap. I laid on the table, had to take a nap, woke up in pain. No pain, no gain. Different, but still the same. Loyalty will make you change, but forever the mother and father I claim. Period. I went through so you didn't have to go through. So you need to love me for who I am, just like I'm going to love you for who you never have to be. And if you don't have the intelligence and the spiritual, mental, and emotional capacity to understand that we all have our paths and our journeys and our shit to go through, we are all a part of the divine body. You're not better than me because you never had to transition, because you never grew titties, because you never had to have a sex change, because you never had to go through what you're not better than me. You're just different. You ain't superior to me. You just have different qualities, different capacity, different capabilities, different experience, and we're stronger together. So don't ever get it in your mind that somehow you will be like it take all kind to make shit function and to make shit work. Period. Period. I don't want to be on this live forever, but I've been contemplating, like I'm still trying to figure out where I'm gonna land. And at first it was like I knew it was New Orleans, I knew it was Louisiana. But like if I stay in Atlanta, I'll still be super close to Louisiana, like a 6 or 7 hour drive, and then I still won't be that far from New York because I still like being in New York. I still love the New York vibe. I just don't want to live there. I haven't been a major fan of Atlanta because it's so much cooning here, and how gay consciousness influences society, because even the gay men think they're superior because they don't transition. There's a lot of that here. Armand Wiggins was influenced by that culture. It's a lot of that. I didn't put a wig on. I don't, like somehow you're superior because you never investigate that part of yourself. Somehow no, you're not superior. You're just different. You just did something different with your journey. You just did something different. But we're all pieces to a puzzle. And it doesn't make sense, honey, until you start to put those pieces together. And the more pieces you can put together, the more everything begins to make sense. A lot of y'all just accepted some fuck shit. And it's a lot of people amen in that shit with you. But I'm over here saying amen and a woman. Because I will never forget myself. When you forget your mother, you forget yourself. When you forget that it's X and Y, bitch, it ain't YY. Bitch, it's XY. Bitch, you done forgot yourself, and you over here trying to make me feel like I'm less than because, bitch, you forgot yourself. Bitch, y'all over here with a trinity and ain't got no feminine energy in it. Who the fuck does that? You go in the gay church and all you hear is, he did it. Oh, won't he do it? Oh, how he done it. Him, he. Oh, I love him. Oh, he's so wonderful. Oh, he's so amazing. Oh, I fall on my knees and I praise him. And bitch, you looking down at me? Bitch, you looking down your nose at me? Really? Is that what we're doing? We're taking that into 2024? Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. Oh, okay. Child, boom. Let me get my candle. Because I could do this for about an hour. Oh, wait. I could do this shit for about an hour, honey. I could do this here for hours. Bitch, I could do this for hours, honey. It says I started my lock journey 2 years ago. It took me a while getting comfortable with wearing them out. When I moved here, I would love for us to go out and have lunch. I live in Atlanta. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a minute, so we definitely could arrange that. You should hit me up on my Instagram. It's Kanima for 8. Yeah, let me light these candles. Come on, light up. Okay. So this is past, this is present, and this is future. People get jealous, like dudes be getting jealous. Like I saw on my last video, whenever I put out a video that get more than 300 views for whatever reason, I don't know. But whenever I put out a video that get buku views, it always be some hating ass dudes in the comment section. Like I be wondering if it be robots, so I be having to go and check and see if they have content. Like, is this bots hating on me? Because I know I'm shadow being. Because they don't like content that forces you to think, that challenges you. You know what I'm saying? So even when I be cursing and talking out the side of my neck, I still be saying things to challenge people. And so I have to go and check. So whenever I get one too many views, it always be some bots in the comment section. And y'all love calling me an agent and saying my content is pointless. It's just not for you. It's not for you. And why would you take the time to comment on something that didn't move you, that didn't bless you, that didn't enrich your life? Like, why would you honor it with a comment? Why would you even leave your footprint on it? I think that dating in the South in general is a fool. And that's why, like now I'm the way I look at it is I'm focusing on our goals. If the ancestors see fit to open that portal and bring me somebody who lives in the South but not from the South, or someone is being awakened and we somehow connect in that way, I'm not shutting my mind off to that possibility. But I'm not looking. I don't expect it. I don't expect it because these niggas have accepted a programming. A lot of them are cowards. A lot of them think that just because they never tap into their femininity, because they never step outside of that box, and because society sees them as a man, that's all they worried about is how society sees them. These niggas is holograms. These niggas is illusions. These niggas haven't tapped into womanhood. The bitch and the hoe they calling you, that's what they is. Because a bitch and a hoe is nothing but a woman who never evolved. A bitch and a hoe is a woman that never reached her full potential. So, bitch, that's what you is. A bitch and a hoe. The same bitch and hoe you calling me, nigga, that's what you is. Because you never investigated your womanhood so that you could become everything that you were meant to be. So, bitch, the names that you calling me, at this point, you're projecting. You're projecting, sis. You're projecting, sis. You're projecting. So like I haven't shut my mind off to potentially meeting someone who, because like I said, I don't want a super feminine man. I don't want to date a trans woman. I don't want to date someone with titties like me and hips like me. I don't think you have to go through all that to be whole. I don't think you have to. I think wholeness can look different. But a lot of these men aren't willing to do that work. They be letting that nutsack and that testosterone talk to them, and they get caught up in this programming. And they don't know how to put them phones down and get off that porn and put them video games down and stop bonding with the same toxic energy. Because too much of one thing is toxic. It's toxic when you look around and all your friends think like you and act like you. It doesn't matter what gender you are. If all of the people that are around you look like you, act like you, think like you, and talk like you, that's too much of the same energy. It's too much of the same energy. That's when it becomes toxic. Because you are not balanced in your thinking. You've shut yourself off to different perspectives, different ideas, different angles of looking at things. That's when it becomes toxic. If it's too many trans women who have the same ideas around each other, that's toxic. If it's too many women who are born with vaginas around each other and all y'all think alike and y'all are not hearing other people's perspectives and opinions, that's toxic. If it's too many dudes around each other and all y'all think alike and all y'all got the same opinions and ideas, that's toxic. Because it's too much of the same energy. Keeping that same energy ain't always good. How you going to be able to hear other people? How are you going to be able to process and understand different logic, different opinions? How are you going to be able to approach something with an unbiased attitude? If you've never exposed yourself to those things that challenge you and make you feel uncomfortable. Being too sheltered is toxic. But like I said, this is a rant. So yeah, it was some screaming and hollering. I'm open to the feminine. I've dated these alpha men everyone glorifies, but they are one dimensional. Yeah, yeah, this is true. And don't get me wrong, I don't need an alpha either. I don't need an alpha. He can express femininity. Like I want him to be comfortable with his femininity. I just don't need him to have physically modified his body. I don't need him to, want to throw on a lace front. I'm just being realistic. Like I don't mind if we doing some role play in the bedroom one night and you want to throw on some girl clothes just for me and we just having a bulldog and fantasy, but I still want to be able to see your masculinity. I still want to be able, I want you to be more comfortable as a boy. I want you to rest in your masculine image. I want you to rest in that. Like I want you to feel comfortable with facial hair. I want you to feel comfortable with all the things that I don't feel comfortable with. I want you to feel comfortable with. I don't want you to feel the need to have to tuck. I don't, that's a bit much for me. I'm an older girl. I'm 46. It's just certain things. I'm being realistic. I may cause harm to you because of my own, like it's certain things I need. But I'm not saying you can't queen out. I'm not saying you can't be vulnerable. You can't cry in front of me. Cry your ass off. Like I want you to feel comfortable crying. But I also, after you finish crying, I need you to be ready to box a bitch and a nigga down if they playing in my face. And I'm gonna be the same way behind you. Bitch, don't be crying so much, bitch, that you scared to fight. Bitch, I don't need you to be so sensitive, bitch, that you ain't ready to rumble when it comes time to rumble, bitch. Bitch, let there be peace on earth. No, bitch, let me pull this piece out my purse. Let me stop. I'm just saying. But like it's a delicate balance. It's a delicate balance. So I do want him to be in tune with his femininity, but not so much that I gotta carry the relationship. Like I gotta be the alpha masculine energy and the alpha feminine energy because both of your energies are beta. Like you can have beta feminine energy and alpha masculine energy. Hey man, they want me. Ooh, the candle went out on its own. Wait, hold on. Let me relight that. Yeah, you like we need to balance each other. Like what I'm lacking, you should have, and what you lacking, I should have. Like, cause I feel like we all made up of the same ingredients, but it hit different. It hit different for each of us. It shows up differently. Yeah, true. I dated an Italian over the summer, but he was not assertive at all, and it kind of turned me off. So I agree. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I need you to have a balance. Like I don't want to have to make all the decisions for us. I just that's not I'm straight on that. Like when I ask you, because sometimes I want you to take the lead. Because if I always gotta take the lead and I always gotta make all the decisions, then I can't rest. Yeah, I'm powerful, yeah, I'm strong, yeah, I'm assertive. But sometimes I just want to be weak and fragile and vulnerable and cry and know you got me. Like I wanna have permission to fall apart. I'm exhausted. I'm falling apart. You got me? Or do I just always have to hold it together? And do I have to go to my sisters to get empowered and to get encouraged because you really ain't got it for me? You dicking me down. You're blowing my back out. No problem there. But I can't count on you for any type of emotional support. Mm-mm. I can't count on you to help me when I got my back against the wall. But you're a good companion. You good in the bed, but that's really all I could count. I can't talk to you about nothing deep. I can't talk to you about nothing spiritual because you don't understand that because you haven't done that type of work. You're shallow and superficial and surface. No, nah, boo, that's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna last. We're not gonna we're not gonna be able to build like that. So, I'm just admitting my limitations at this point, acknowledging, what I have capacity for and what I have patience for. I like masculinity too, but not to the point where it's putting my well being in jeopardy. Right. Where he's verbally abusive, where he's lying all the time and he thinks it's okay because he's a man and that's what men do. He done bought into that logic every time you question him about something. Well, I'm a man, I'm just a man. No, nigga. No, nigga. That just a man shit. No, bro. No, I'm just a man. I'm a man. Men make mistakes. Bitch, women make mistakes too. Whole beings make mistakes. You ain't justified because you just a man. That logic for me, that's not that shit. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. You ain't finna be talking down to me, lying on me. Cause if we could talk about it, it's not too much you can't get away with. I'm very open minded. Just have to tell me. We just have to communicate. And a lot of men don't like communicating. Communication makes them feel uncomfortable. They could communicate with each other because they gonna amen each other toxic bullshit. But then when they have to hear a perspective that makes them uncomfortable, they want to find a reason to tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that because women don't do that. Women not supposed to act like that. That's not okay for a woman to do. See, this type of conversation, bitch, we already going in the left field. Because again, I'm my mother and my father. Yes, I'm more comfortable with maneuvering like my mama. I'm more comfortable with showing up like my grandmother. But understand that I come from strong women who run shit. So because they know how to channel that patriarchal and that matriarchal energy. So nothing about me is weak. Nothing about me. Like I have my weak moments, but as a whole, no. I'm not about to cave in. If the shit ain't for me, I'ma walk away. And it's not weak when you walk away. It's acknowledging that I'm not fixing to serve this justice. I would be more of a detriment to this project if I participated than I would be an encouragement. So let me go ahead and step to the side. Let me go ahead and move away. That's acknowledging my limitations. I'm not weak for saying, child, bitch, I'm gonna fuck this up. Let me bitch, That's realizing your limitations. Motherfuckers to try to tell you, oh, you a quitter, you gave up, you a quitter, you gave up. No, I saw that I wasn't gonna help this. I was gonna hurt this. This ain't my vibe. I'm y'all do you. I'm happy for y'all. I'm rooting for you over here because I don't have to go along and pretend like this is my shit when it's not. Like when you get to a certain age, you realize that you know who you are, you know what your limitations are, you know what your capacity is, you know what you could put up with. You don't have to skin and grin, go along to get along, and fake it till you make it anymore. At this point, it is what it is. If I fuck with it, I fuck with it. If I don't, I don't. No love lost. Still rooting for you over here. Over here. So, child, I said I wasn't gonna be on. I was over here 15 minutes long. Is you, Lalu, with these comments. But I'm gonna light my black candle because this other one keep going in. So this candle is going to represent past. Oh, I love that fire. Don't that look so beautiful like a star? Then it got low all of a sudden. But this acknowledges past, present, and future. One flame. This is the black candle. I like to light my black candle. My black candle symbolizes protection. So I like to use my black candle. I am wearing my colors today, blue representing peace and masculinity. So I was trying to be on some alpha nigga shit today. My little turkey bone earrings. The yellow in it symbolizes creativity, and the white is also another symbol of protection. My purple symbolizing knowingness and sovereignty. Knowingness and sovereignty. And then I have my hieroglyphs to the background sitting behind me, my hieroglyphs. But yeah, so I just love like, just being in that space. So I say, like, I know that there's in Indians in my family, there's indigenous people in my family, but I don't have time to try to figure all of that out. I'm over here creating my own culture, over here creating my own indigenous stories and heritage. Like the ancestors placed it in me so it could come out of me. So at this point, I ain't trying to prove where I came from. I know where I came from. Every time my feet touch the grass and the sun hit my pineal gland and I gaze at the sun, every time a breeze blow and the hair on my skin stand up, every time I hear a ringing over my body and I feel connected to everything around me, it tells me who I am. So I don't need to look in a book or do any research to know who I am. I know who I am. And so at this point, I'm just spitting it out. I'm just getting it out. Still in a position to learn. Never know too much I can't learn. For everything I know, there's so much I don't know. Amen, a woman. So I don't never think I know everything. But I don't have no points to prove about my connection to the land anymore. Amen, a woman. So this candle is acknowledgement to my ancestors, past, present, and future, the ancestors who have come, the ancestors who will come, and the ancestors who are here now. We light this candle on the physical plane, and as we blow it out on the spiritual plane, it grows with an intensity and a purpose that prepares us for the times that are now. Amen. A woman, lay lim, lay lur. Blessings.